Hey, Tony Zohar here. This is officially my very first YouTube video. So I'm super excited and I'm super terrified. So bear with me. So I figured since it's my first video, the perfect topic would be stepping out of your safety zone. So, which is exactly what I'm doing right now. So a little bit about what brings me here. For the last 30 years, I've had a career in banking. And the last 16 of that was as a vice president at an international bank. That job ended last year when the bank went through a merger, and my job was eliminated along with everybody else's. So I found myself in a really unique situation. I was 60 at the time. I'm 61 now, and it's kind of an odd age to go through such a transition. Too young to retire, too old to start fresh. So what do you do? But see, I knew that I wanted something different. I mean, probably 3 years before the transition. So, I tried some things. I enrolled in the copywriting course at the American Writers and Artists Institute because I love writing, and I studied marketing on different levels, and but none of that was enough to take me out of my safety zone. And by the way, that safety zone is an illusion. It doesn't exist. What safety did it give me? But it's a guaranteed paycheck. It's a 2-week pay cycle. It's bonuses. It's all that, and but there's not much beyond that. There's not much safety. So so I feel like the universe had other plans for me. The universe knew I wanted to transition, but that I wasn't brave enough to step out of my safety zone. So I think the universe shook me out of it. I call it a life quake. It life quaked me out of it and put me on the path to what I feel is my true purpose. And that is, I became an independent financial advisor. It combined my banking skill set, copywriting, marketing, and my love for working with people into the perfect role for me. And that role didn't exist within my safety zone. It existed outside of it. And it wasn't even anything that was on my radar. I tell you, when you step out of your safety zone, opportunities exist that you can't even begin to imagine. And that's how it was for me. So what held me back for so long was fear. Fear is powerful. But like the safety zone is an illusion, so is fear. All of that fear that I felt, once I stepped out of that safety zone, pulled back the curtain, there was nothing there. There was no monster under the bed. It was all smoke and mirrors. It was all right here. It was all fear. Fear, it's nothing. So, it's a tragedy to live in your safety zone when you're not happy, when you know you're capable of more, when you know there's a better fit for you, and you stay in your safety zone. My grandmother was in her 80s and she was in a wheelchair. She had rheumatoid arthritis, and she couldn't do much, so she just sat and watched TV. Well, my aunt had a brilliant idea that she would bring her some paintbrushes and some paints, an easel and some canvases, and just see what she could do. She could play around. And to all of our astonishment, she came up with these magnificent paintings. She did still life, she did flowers, she did rivers, and she did trees, and she did mountains, and she did snowscapes. She said she pulled them all from her memories from childhood. They were all astonishing. They were amazing. And it just makes me wonder what she was capable of if she had started sooner, if she had known she had this talent, if she had tried this out younger, what was possible? I mean, children do it all the time. Children they try this and they try that and they fail and they don't care and they try again and they keep trying and they keep failing and they keep trying. And when does that stop? Why do we as adults stop doing that? Why don't we have the courage to try new things? I think every one of us has a song, a book, a poem, a painting in us. And if we don't let it out, it dies with us. Wouldn't that be the bigger tragedy? That's the bigger tragedy than stepping out of our safety zone. So my challenge to you is, if you're feeling stuck in a safety zone, to recognize that the safety zone is an illusion and the fear is also the illusion. Just take one step and then another and then another, and tell me what's possible. See what's possible for you and share that. I'd love to hear about it. Put in the comment below if you've stepped out of your safety zone and how that worked. Because what I'd really love to do is to have this journey together. Let's do this. Let's share our successes. Let's be each other's accountability partner. Let's step out of our safety zones and let's succeed together.